the second element you spoke about, which is your position on Gaza, the Palestinian crisis, which was very well advertised, and I think it connected with the thinking of, if not the mainstream, but a huge percentage of the population. How did you achieve that?
I think we played a big role in Luxembourg to put the genocide on the agenda, because the others didn't do it, or didn't do it with energy, except some in the Socialist Party, which I must honestly admit, like Franz Fayot or Yves Courten, who are very concerned by this topic. And I am happy also that we are not the only ones to do it, because it's so important. If we are the only ones to do it, that will not have this influence. Now even the Greens, who are much more reluctant, because they were influenced also by the German Greens and the Germans. The Germans don't understand what is happening in this. I say it bluntly like this now. Not every German, of course, but because of the history of the Germans concerning the Holocaust and the genocide they did to the Jews, they tend to support Israel now. They don't understand. Still don't understand what is real anti-Semitism, because if you think you fight against anti-Semitism by supporting Israel, you don't understand anything, in my opinion. And it's, for me, a colonial question, because we didn't, as the Lénk, we didn't start to support the Palestinian liberation movement when the genocide started. We always did it, always. And I was member at the beginning also in the Comité pour une paix juste 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. And if you are left, you are anti-capitalist, you are, of course, against patriarchate, but you are also against colonialism, because the colonialism is the it's on the global side, exploitation. And the Palestinian question, that's why I am often asked, there are lots of problems on the world. Why are you focusing on Palestine? Well, first of all, we are not only focusing on that, because I also made a lot of things about Rwanda, or, for instance, what was happening. So that's not only that. But Israel is a Western country, in reality. It's a country founded by Europeans, by European refugees also, but by Europeans, who decided to found a country in a land where there was already another population. Even Jews who were always there and didn't want to have a Jewish state, because it's also a fake thing that every Jew wants a Jewish state. That's not true. And so it's a colonial project. It's probably one of the last real colonial projects of the West, and that's why the West supports Israel, and that's why we have, as left party, we have to denounce this, because if the West stops the support of the Israeli state, it will weaken it, and the colonial situation will probably will be solved. That's because we can really, literally do something. It's up to the West. Israel is a country that cannot live without the aid of the European Union or United States. And in my opinion, Israel has also, because no colonial state has a real future, except in blood, except in violence. That's what he's still living. Michel Warszawski says he's a French Jew. He's now old. And he immigrated in Israel, because when he was young, he was a fierce Zionist. And then he also participated in the war, 67, I think. And then he understood what is happening, and he became a Marxist, and now he's one of the main protagonists of solidarity within Israel. He's an Israeli citizen, solidarity with the Palestinians. And he said, 20 years ago, I can remember he was in Luxembourg, he said, it is impossible for Israel to survive outside a militarization of its society and always more violence against Palestinians and also against the internal opposition. And that's what's happening now.
Yes.
And that is the problem. So it's not because it is, if Israel was a Protestant state or atheist state, that would not change anything. It is not a religious question. It is a colonial question. Yeah. And I was talking about Rwanda.
Yes.
But when I think about Rwanda, Rwanda plays a little bit the same role than Israel. It's nothing against the Rwandese people, but first of all, it has suffered a genocide also. Tutsi people. The Kagame is always using this to make incursions in Congo. It's almost the same what Israel does, and Rwanda is probably the state in Africa that is most supported by the West. Why? And Kagame is a perfect leader, so it's hypocrisy, and because Rwanda also plays a kind of forepost, how you say, outpost of Western interests in Africa, like Israel does it in Middle East.
Now, in terms of the 2 points we just discussed, Israel and Rwanda, vis-a-vis the position of Luxembourg's foreign ministry, would you explain to us the level at which or to which the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is subject to parliamentary control in Luxembourg?
Is subject to parliamentary control?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or do they exist on their own?
That's a broad question, because it's the whole question: how can the parliament control the government?
Yes.
And there are
like there are policies that are proclaimed as Luxembourg's foreign policy, and it's announced that way. But I don't think they are in tandem with the emotions of the people, and we are supposed to be in a democracy here. So before government positions are announced, are they properly examined on the floor of the parliament?
The problem is, in this topic, the foreign ministry is not playing a fair game. So they say, of course, everybody says it. We think that what Israel is doing is unacceptable and like this. And then they do some certain things. They say which is correct, we still support, we are against the closing of UNWR. Okay, that's good. We pledge in favor of humanitarian access. Okay, but that's the minimum that you should do. But the problem is taking measures to force Israel to stop it. That's what everybody notices. Russia is sanctioned also by Luxembourg, and it didn't last months or years to do it. Everybody, whole European Union was against, and of course Russia has violated international law. We can discuss about the reasons why, but it's clear, and no country in the world can invade another country, except there are good reasons. But this is illegal what Russia does, which means sanctions. Israel violates the international law every day and since decades, because the occupation of West Bank also is completely illegal. No, there is no sanction. So, and still they don't want. So they don't play it with open cards, and it's difficult for Parliament to control that. So you have always to ask questions, and then they answer in their ways, and it's much more difficult in foreign affairs because Xavier Bettel always says, trust me, I will negotiate, I'll talk with him, I'll talk with them. And then the other thing is, oh, Luxembourg is such a big, small country, so we have no influence, so it makes, okay, so we can, that makes no sense. So even when we had the debate about recognizing the state of Palestine, they said, it's only a symbolic measure. It won't resolve the problem now, which is in the large part true. If Luxembourg recognizes the state of Palestine, the genocide will go on. I know that. Netanyahu won't be afraid of it. But it's not true that it's only symbolic. But then, if you say another thing, like closing, I had a proposition of this, like closing the commerce office, Luxembourg Trade and Investment Office in Tel Aviv. This is more than symbolic. This is not symbolic at all. No, we cannot do that also. So you can never do anything, and you have to trust the foreign ministry, who makes a fantastic geopolitical. It's so nobody understands what he does because it's so complex. Probably, I'm joking, but it's a catastrophe. And I think also that Xavier Bettel is probably one of the worst foreign ministers that we had. Not only speaking about Israel and Palestine, but there is no. Luxembourg has lost, I think, a lot of international credibility, and the foreign ministry is now really weakened because you have it's only blah blah. We noticed that we don't respect international conventions, I think. Luxembourg should, as it signed the Convention of Prevention of Genocide, we should proactively take measures, and you notice that we don't do it, because in reality the Luxembourg establishment is still in favor, supports Israel because of ideological reasons, but also of economical reasons. But they know that it is not accepted in the population, so they still say, yeah, we try to do it. So it's very difficult to fight against the shadow, you know.
Yes. Permit me to ask this question, and specifically speaking on Israel and Rwanda. Have you thought about it? Because it's occurred to me and I drew blank. I couldn't find the root. And the question is, on these issues, what would you say? Where would you identify the source of foreign policy on these issues?
You know, Luxembourg was never colonial power, had no direct colonies, but Luxembourg was always rooted in colonialism also, you know that, especially through the Belgian colonialism in Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, a part of the Belgian in Congo. And Luxembourg was deeply rooted in it. So Luxembourg was a half colonial state. It was even officially member in the International Circle of Colonial